Hey up YouTube, back down the plot again today. Not gonna lie, I've had a bit of extended time off really. I've been coming down to sort out the chickens, and that's been pretty much me for the last week or two. I've just not felt up to it this last couple of weeks. I've been feeling very rough, very sore, my back went and all that. So anyway, today is kind of catch up. I'll be going over the tomatoes. A lot of them have grown, as you would expect, quite quickly. I'll be starting the strawberry video today, so the time lapse for that is probably going to be in this, but it will be a standalone video. It's going to take me a couple of weeks to make it because I want to do the strawberry runners from start to finish. But yeah, we're going to go through these tomatoes. We're going to have a bit of a tidy up in the polytunnel, and we'll see how the day goes.
"2,000 years later."
Right, okay guys, so now what we're going to do, what I found is some radicchio. Now I'm not going to put anything in that space here, I'm just going to use the remaining sort of 2-foot space to put some of this out. Not too sure if it is going to do too well outside, but we'll find out, eh? We'll see how it goes. So spacing on this is considerably less than the Swede that it is now neighbouring. We're going to try and get these out properly because they're a bit more delicate, but the compost is very wet, and we're just going to sort of carefully bury them in, trying to maintain the same level that they had in the compost. So we'll get the rest of these in and we'll see how we do for time. And that's it, guys. That is the raddicio, and that's this bed planted. So I'm just going to put some organic slug pellets down, and then I'll cover this back over, and that's another bed done. A lot of people say, when do I know when my potatoes are done? Basically, when they're like that on top. Yellow, brown, you know, this is done producing now, and also probably if I look, yeah, there's tubers directly under the surface there, so these are ready for harvesting. So get me, I've got some scissors in my pocket, that'll do. Chop this foliage off. Now normally what I'd do is I'd do this, I'd top them and then leave them in the ground. I'm going to have to change it for a second, and then I'd leave them in the ground, and what that'll do, if you leave them in the ground, what that'll do is it will cause the potato skins to toughen up, to be better for storing. But I've only got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 buckets to take today, which in my household will get through those potatoes in the matter of a week or two. So let me just go find something. I forgot to bring something to put the potatoes in. I'm not foreseeing fantabulous things from these buckets, to be honest. Reason being is I haven't really kept on top of the watering for them. They've been quite abused, so I'm not holding out masses of hope for lots of things, but we'll see. That's not bad. From one bucket where I didn't hold out much hope, you know, they're not a bad size either. They're good chipping size. So I'm happy with that, so we'll keep going. show the guys at home. 6 buckets of potatoes has yielded that. I must admit, I'm quite impressed, because there was a lot of instances, it's alright, there was a lot of instances this year where I didn't think, well, where I knew I didn't water them as much as they needed. But I'm well happy with that from 6 buckets. Really am well happy. There's still the ones in the ground, they're still growing strong. I've still got some Pentland javelins to take out the ground, but at the moment I just don't need them. We're going to eat our way through these. The Pentland javelins will die back naturally, and by the time we've eaten through these, the Pentland javelins will be ready to come out, and then we'll have the last few that are in the ground. We'll have those out once the Pentland javelins are gone. But what I'll do, we'll do it closer to the time, but what we will do is we'll cut the tops off when it's time, off they're the same variety, so they're still the same Desiri that are out in the ground. I like but what we'll do is take the tops off and it'll cause the skins to form, and then on those ones that are in the ground, sort of any that are sort of that size, I'll keep and use as a seed potato next year. You can keep your seed potatoes, I think, quite safely for a year or two. But after that, really, you should be getting new seed. So I'll take these home. Some of these will be on tonight's dinner.
Some of these ones.
And some of them will be on tomorrow's dinner. Okay guys, so we're finally going to get round to talking about strawberries. And find one that you can see. And these things, strawberry runners. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you down here and we're going to go through what they are and what to do with them and why, really. It's really simple. So I'll bring you down here and we'll go through it. So hopefully you can see what we're talking about here. What we're talking about is these shoots that strawberries and all strawberry varieties that I know of send off after they will send them off whilst they're fruiting, but I tend to clip them off while they're fruiting and only worry about them after the potatoes. No, after that might actually make life a bit easier for you. After the strawberries have finished fruiting. Now what they are, I think this one's already, yeah, there we go, is they're essentially suckers. So they send out these shoots and they become new strawberry plants. Now not a lot of people know that I know.
Not a lot of people know that I know that, but I do.
That what you're supposed to do with these things, or the better, you know, they are free new strawberry plants. They are clones of your strawberry plants. They will grow true to what your strawberry plants have been. So what we do to make life a little cheaper for ourselves, because strawberry plants in essence are good for 3 years and then they kind of want replacing, and that goes for both the strawberries and the pine berries that are down the bottom there. And capturing these runners really couldn't be simpler. These have gone a bit far really, because they've started to reroot. But that's fine. That is fine. That one I'm probably going to leave because it's in a good situation. But the rest we will capture. And capturing them really couldn't be simpler. So I've just got a little pot here, tiny little pot, little 2x2x2. And what we'll do is we'll capture this one here that's hopefully in frame for you guys, and it really is simple as putting that on there, little piece of garden wire, just going to cut it off screen here, little piece of garden wire, you just fold it into a U shape and pin it down into the compost. And that will root into the compost just fine. Now what I'm going to do in this case, I don't do it in all cases, but in this case, I'm going to take off the second bounce of the runner. Now leave it attached to the mother plant, This is one of the things that has very conflicting information when you read up on it. But I tried last year both detaching some from the mother plant and leaving them on the mother plant. The ones that I detached from the mother plant straight away died. Whereas what you'll find is once these have rooted and got to a certain stage, this will start to die back and thin back naturally. At that point you can cut it. Normally it's about 2 weeks. So after about 2 weeks you can come down and clip these off, which I'm actually going to show you. For you it'll be in this same video. For me it'll be in 2 to 3 weeks time. But that's how you capture strawberry runners. It really is that simple, guys. And that is a year one strawberry plant next year. So in essence, if you wanted to, you could completely refresh your strawberry bed every year. What I actually do is I capture these, as many as I can, and this year I've got family and friends wanting them. Last year I sold a load, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to capture some more of these. I'm not going to do them all today because, as per usual, I am actually running out of time. Now this one, because it's got a big root ball on it, is a little bit of a problem, so I'm going to treat it the same as I would potting up a seedling. So I'm actually going to bury it. I'm still going to staple it, just in case the pot falls over. But over the course of the next few weeks, I will come and I will capture as many runners as I possibly can on here. So once again, I mean, that's a tiny little one. What you want is, you'll find that the leaves are sort of show you which way up it wants to be in the pot as well. But I found last year it's really quite forgiving, and it's as simple as that. You've got no reason not to have good strong strawberry plants every year. You're able to rotate your entire bed if you want to. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to leave it there for this week. So for you, the video is going to continue, and hopefully we'll be able to show you that these guys have taken. You can water them in if you want, but obviously for me these guys live outside, so that's not too much of a problem. I will put a card up in the corner to last year's video when I showed you about capturing them when you've grown them in pots. That's something I also do, but I'm not going to rehash that. So that's it for today, guys. That's going to be me done. For you, there's a little bit more to the video, which is sort of detaching these guys from the mother plant and then what to do with them thereafter. But as always, time marches on. I am out of time pretty much for today, so I'm going to have to leave it there. I've just got to plant up that back bed. So for those watching the Strawberry Runners videos, I'll see you in a minute. For the rest of you, I'll see you later. Thank you. Okay, guys, for today, that is it. In fact, I'm probably going to call that it for the video. I don't know. There may be more to the video, there may not be. It depends whether I get down here and get some more work done during the week. I haven't managed to do everything I wanted to get done today, but as always, time waits for no man. We've been down here nearly 6 hours now. Rose has been really patient, she's been really good. She's currently scurrying around picking up pots and tools and things. But we've got some planting out done, we've got some clearing done, we've got some potatoes for home, haven't we?
Yeah, which was fun because I like playing with the dirt.
Yeah. And we've refilled the pots. What we'll do with those pots is we'll give them a feed, and we'll put our Christmas potato seeds in there, which I haven't got yet, but I will. There's a couple more jobs I want to get done, but I'm not going to put them on camera because they're pointless. I've just got a grit feeder, a new grit feeder to put in the chicken coop, things like that. But other than that, guys, I'm calling it a day. We're going home. I am in agony. And Fuse or Marcus, it's all your fault. But you know what? I wouldn't change it. See you later, guys.